Alcohol is a beverage you might associate with parties, a nice dinner, or Russia, and has been a part of human culture since at least 7000 BC. Regardless of how you are familiar with this intoxicating beverage, it is likely you are a part of the nearly 70% of Americans who regularly enjoy its mind-numbing properties. Alcohol, while it may be consumed nowadays for its pleasurable effects, was a tool for survival in ancient times. Before a modern understanding of sanitation, water was considered to be dangerous as many diseases, including cholera, could be present in water. For many, the fermentation of fruit and grain was considered to be a safer alternative to water, choosing to drink cider or mead instead. It was only when the distillation of alcohol became prevalent in the early United States, being a great way for small farmers to profit off their excess grain, that what would later become the temperance movement took shape. Distilled spirits were so prevalent that a tax on whiskey was one of the first taxes enacted in America. Switching from beers and ciders, which have around 5% alcohol, to distilled spirits such as whiskey, that average around 40%, quickly became an issue, with health issues rising and people becoming less willing to work. While several women aligned with the temperance movement, intending to protect themselves and their children from their drunk, abusive husbands, John Bartholomew Gough became a symbol for the temperance movement, traveling New England and delivering eloquent speeches intended to sway the public through morality rather than legislation. While larger issues were still at play, slavery, temperance still lingered in the public mind. It was only until Howard Hyde Russell founded the Anti-Saloon League that the temperance movement started becoming a major political issue. Wayne Wheeler was a major member of the American Saloon League, who used pressure politics to heavily push for the creation and ratification of the 18th Amendment. After the 18th Amendment was ratified in 1919, the Prohibition era began, with mobs of alcohol distributors and home brewers becoming common. The civil unrest caused by the Prohibition led the temperance movement to fizzle out, with the 18th Amendment being effectively repealed in 1933 with the passing of the 21st Amendment. While temperance may no longer be prevalent, alcohol abuse is still an issue, with nearly 100,000 deaths annually from alcohol poisoning in the US and over 10,000 deaths annually from alcohol-related car crashes alone. Today, groups like Alcohol Anonymous and other organizations intended to help alcohol abusers are all that is left of what once was the temperance movement.